Hey guys, this is Nick with Nick's Topics, and welcome to the first Dragon Ball What If topic video on this channel. And unlike What If Bardock was the first Super Saiyan, this series is actually going to stay, because I've done plenty of analysis with it, and I'm sure that this What If is something that I won't get confused on, and you guys won't as well. Maybe. And that What If is, what if Hercule was a Z-Fighter? Now, this is a pretty interesting topic, giving a weaker character, someone like Hercule, chance to shine and actually be more than what he was in the original story. Ever since we saw him get freaking whopped into a mountain by Cell in the original, besides helping Goku with Boo and the Spirit Bomb, he didn't really amount to anything. Now, how is this going to happen? Well, before he became the World Martial Arts Champion, Hercule was on his way to Satan City, or the Satan Dojo, to become the world's strongest. Now, how I'm going to make this tie into the story? I'm going to make him meet Goku and Bulma on the road on his way to the Satan Dojo. And that's where he and Goku will spark a lifelong best friendship. But enough of that. Let's set the scene. So we open up with Goku and Bulma, and they are on their way to get all 7 Dragon Balls after meeting and defeating the pterodactyl. And yeah, this is where they meet Hercule for the very first time, saying that he is on his way to the Satan Dojo to become the world's strongest. Goku is actually pretty amused by this, and actually wants to fight Hercule. They have a quick sparring match, and Hercule is surprised at how strong the little kid is. Bulma is also surprised at Hercule's strength as well, and seeing more of Goku's. Goku and Bulma then tell Hercule about their trip to go find all 7 Dragon Balls. Bulma mainly just says she wants to do it because she wants a boyfriend. Goku's just following her along. Now, Hercule is intrigued by this, and decides to hold off his Satan Dojo trip, and decides that he'll go with them. Goku and Bulma agree. Now, everything past that goes per normal, until they meet the Bear Thief. Now, in the original, Goku is the one to fight, because, besides Bulma, he's the only one there, and Turtle can't really fight. But Hercule is the one to step up, because he wants to show this kid he's not all talk, even though he did pretty well against Goku. Hercule begins to fight and unleashes his first time using his trademark dynamite kick move. But unfortunately, since this is his first time, it is just a normal kick. And considering he's much weaker than when he was World Martial Arts Champion, his power level right now is only a measly 10 at max. And the kick does nothing to the Bear Thief, who instantly just punches him to the ground, leading Goku to have to save him. Then they meet up with Master Roshi, like the original, and Master Roshi senses potential in both of them, but he's not going to say anything. They're not ready to get training yet. But pretty much all that talk and stuff goes down per normal, and Kid Goku still gets the flying Nimbus Cloud. Bulma tries it and hilariously fails, but then Hercule tries it, and Master Roshi is actually quite surprised when Hercule does not fall through the Nimbus, because he thought that he wouldn't be able to fly on it. So, since Hercule and Goku are both able to fly on the Nimbus, they decide to share it from time to time, using it together. And then, Hercule says that he wants to fight against Master Roshi, and even train with him, since he knows that he's a pretty good teacher. Well, how would he know this? I'm sure he would have heard stories along his routes. Master Roshi refuses, and says that Hercule and Goku aren't ready to receive his training yet. Now, the young Mark Hercule, he's angry at this, being refused like this, at such a great offer to be trained by this old hermit. He gets angry and charges at the hermit. But even with his dynamite kick, his incomplete one, mind you, and everything else, he's instantly tossed aside, with Goku just watching in awe. And Master Roshi repeats once again that he'll give him the Dragon Ball, but you're not ready to receive further training, and Hercule needs to control his ego. And with that, the gang are off once again. Now, their meeting with the Pilaf gang is going to be much different because Hercule's there and they'll be much more easily dealt with. So, they continue on their journey and meet up with Oolong, and he's much more easily dealt with, Hercule being particularly surprised at his shape-shifting abilities, but Oolong joins the group per normal. Now, while on their journey, Hercule is sparring with Goku occasionally, trying to get, more strength, trying to, learn new moves, and even perfect his dynamite kick, so that way, whenever the next bad guy comes, he can take care of it all by himself. He might not need Goku to step in, because it's kind of embarrassing whenever you're older than a kid, and a kid has to save you. But they continue on their journey, and after basically defeating Oolong, they get the 6-star Dragon Ball. But they're next going to encounter a threat which might not be so easy to deal with. Yamcha, the Bandit, and Puar. They meet him in the desert, per the normal, and Hercule is actually a bit thrilled that this is a normal human and not some kind of beast. And in the original, we did have Goku fight against Yamcha, but he wasn't at his best because he was hungry. And the same would go here, except this time, Goku's not going to be the first one to fight. Hercule is. So, we are actually going to get a Hercule versus Yamcha fight, which would be kind of nice, honestly, except it's a younger Hercule. So the fight goes on. Yamcha's quite impressed by this one's prowess and overconfidence, and Hercule is definitely more happy that he's fighting a human instead of some beast. Now, the fight goes decent, with Hercule seemingly holding his own, even pulling off a much better dynamite kick, but then Yamcha pulls out his trademark Wolf Fang Fist after he gets his sword knocked away for the moment, because Hercule doesn't want an unfair advantage. But then Yamcha pulls out his signature move, the Wolf Fang Fist attack, and instantly that knocks Hercule down to the ground, almost even killing him. And even though he's hungry, Kid Goku has to step in, and he beats Yamcha similarly to how he does in the original story. Yamcha, unfortunately, has to admit defeat, because even though Hercule is kind of overconfident and his ego's a bit inflated, kind of reminds him of how he is. And he lost fair and square. And Hercule even picks up an idea for his next move. And he decides to call this move the Rolling Hercule Punch. And that's where we leave things for the moment. I know it seems like a little bit short, but since we're starting basically at the beginning of the Dragon Ball mantra, it's best to leave the story in short bursts as to not, make the video too long, because I had to find a certain stopping point somewhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this first part of What If Hercule Became a Z-Fighter, and I hope you're interested in seeing more. This series, like I said, is going to stay. And I will see you guys in the next part.